Welcome to another exciting episode.
This has been well anticipated by the student body.
Well, that makes it feel
Yeah,
worthwhile.
but they think we know something.
Yeah. Imagine. I think one of my A-level teachers cheated because when I was doing AS history, there was this guy in the Reformation that we'd never talked about, and the day before the exam, our teacher got us all sat around in a circle and talked about him for ages.
That's cheating.
And then there was a question on him that was a third of the marks the next day. I think he must have seen that
He
paper.
must have. We
Anyway.
don't know anything though, do we?
No. Yeah, so I like the disclaimer that I put on the slide,
Yes.
that we've never got it right.
Right.
I think someone claimed we got it right with the Fest Day one a couple of years ago. Apparently one of my students was like, Mark predicted this. And I was thinking, well, I think I predicted 6 other things, but...
Well, I predicted Fest Day every year for 5 years. And
Malvolio.
Yeah. Just never got there.
Anyway.
Okay, yeah.
Do I have to press anything?
I think you press next slide. There we go.
Right. Oh, that's so tiny here.
No, I
isn't
can see it more
Okay.
here.
So basically, what would you predict, Georgina, for the Section A passage from Twelfth Night?
Well, I see they like Act 1 and Scene 5. On the other hand, have they run out? I can see from Scene 5, from Act 5, they haven't done the arrival of Orsino, and I would pick that straight up as an examiner because the audience knows everything and everyone on stage is wrong about everything. That one, I think there's no yellow stop. What?
I can't see. So what are we saying from Act 5?
The arrival of Orsino and up to Cesario has married Olivia, the husband's stay thing, and all of that.
So maybe not including when Orsino first arrives, there's a sort of really rubbish bit of him and Feste, isn't there?
Yeah.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer, blah, blah, blah.
Surely not that.
Maybe a couple of lines of that, and then... But then it's Antonio.
And then not the Antonio bit.
So not the arrival of Orsino.
Well, the arrival...
of Olivia.
A bit later on, the arrival. Maybe the arrival, the meeting of Orsino... The meeting of Orsino and Olivia. Okay. Which is the first time we've seen them together.
So the end of the Antonio interrogation, because he's in the middle of talking to Antonio, and then he's like, "Oh, here she comes.
Yes.
Off with you. I'm sick of you."
Yes.
And then that bit is that's a really great passage.
Yeah.
Why have they not done that already?
And the other one, I think, is surely where are the yellow stockings in all of this? So last year it was Orsino's second meeting with Viola sending her back. Have we had any yellow stockings?
Oh, I could have also put I think it has been on the AS. That's what I haven't copied in.
Yeah.
Is that some things have been AS questions.
Yeah, that one was.
I don't see any reason why they can't reuse them.
Yeah. I'd like to advertise to people. I've sent them the UPE questions, everyone, and that was the yellow stockings. Yeah, in the yellow stockings area, and so it'd be really good to have a practice at that. And there's a mark scheme and examiner's report. Right, so come on, what about you? What's yours? I've got yellow stockings, Orsino and Olivia.
I don't know. I think it really, logic makes me think that it has to be somewhere from the middle. Like if I was being logical, I would think, something from Act 2 or 3. But then actually, I just think they are very repetitive, and I think your thing for Act 5 sounds really good. Or I even wonder if they'll just repeat Act 1, Scene 4, because it does happen sometimes, doesn't it, where people avoid something that's on a specimen paper and then it just comes up anyway.
Yeah, that's the meeting of Orsino and Viola.
Yeah.
What about the first meeting of Viola and Olivia? A chunk of that.
Well, what have they already had? They've already had 3 from Act 1, Scene 5, though, haven't they?
Yeah.
So they've had Take Away the Fool, which is not that. But then in 2020 and 2022, they're both... Olivia.
That was it.
They're both
They've
Olivia
done it.
and Viola.
No,
the first
forget
time.
that. No.
So that's unlikely to come out. What about Act 3, Scene 1? I think Act 3, Scene 1, the second meeting, because they'll love that some people will not know it's a second meeting.
There's that.
So there's also the I pity you. There's a lot of tension and back and forth. I've always thought Act 3, Scene 1.
Okay, so should we make those our 3?
Okay.
Orsino and Olivia, Act 3, Scene 1, the second meeting of the 2 women, and the yellow stockings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's quite good.
Yeah.
The fight would be hard, wouldn't it? The fight's quite hard.
A bit niche for you. niche for the people who aren't going to do very well.
And then actually the second version of the fight was in 2019 anyway, wasn't it? The Sebastian fight.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
But like Act 3 has never been used then in the A-level paper for passage.
Yeah,
questions.
The Tricking of Malvolio. Anyway, could be
bloody
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it could be anything. Be prepared for everything.
Yeah.
Right, section B. I really can't read this.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. It's tiny on there.
So what we're thinking, we've got a thing about Olivia this year.
Yeah, but again, caveat, we've had a thing about Olivia for about 4 years.
Yes. So Olivia's never been done. Sir Andrew's too little, surely. Scarred by Raheem Khan.
Yeah, that's always my go-to, is that they did ask about Raheem Khan. But they really didn't want people to write about the kite runner, did they?
That puts everyone off. So it could have Olivia. I'd
love a Maria question. I think Maria would be really interesting.
Yeah. Or servants or something. Servants.
Master servant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because one of them is a servant and one of them's
Ooh, something about class or master servant dynamics.
Oh yes.
And then melancholy, we mustn't forget. We've got a sort of weird feelings about melancholy.
Any feature of comedy, including that it can be sad sometimes, any feature of comedy could just get thrown in. So we like those three. What are they again? Olivia, melancholy, and
sort of class servants.
Yeah, that's our predictions.
Yeah.
We haven't been right. Everything else, really. Everything else.
And of course, there's going to be 2 questions as well, isn't there? So
we might get 2 out of 3.
I mean, you can definitely, if you look at 2024, like you can hear the scraping of the barrel.
They've done settings and music.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Is like, so know that in the last 2 years, there's been 3 questions that are significant and not to what extent.
Yeah.
Like you've got to be open-minded for that and ready.
And watch the significance videos. There's 2 significance videos. They're only 10 minutes each.
And I'm just saying that the questions that aren't on there. Toby has had a question before. Disguise has come up. There's at least 2
happy endings.
2 endings. 2 on Viola.
Yeah.
Malvolio and Feste have had very niche questions to themselves. Anyway, that's just rambling.
Could be a lot.
Section C.
Here we go. So any feature of comedy can be turned into explore the significance of this feature of comedy in 2 of the texts. So it is wide open. I don't have any feelings about section C.
No, it's too big, isn't it?
It's huge because it's so many texts. I mean,
but also they do keep asking very similar things. You know, we keep setting things about like serious, lighthearted, and but I think so do they. Like, so many of them come back to.
Does it have
the nobody cares
meaning?
bit? So 2024 protagonists have flaws and no one cares. Like that is just a narrowing of an ongoing debate about
trivial or serious, treating serious topics in a light-hearted way. We like that. I reckon if you've got that nailed in your head, you'll
we really should have the full list
anything.
In front of us, shouldn't we? But they've asked about journeys, they've asked about endings several times, they've asked about deception, they've asked about they've had a couple of really gender focused ones about men and women. They've asked about marriage before.
Have they asked about nothing to teach you, nothing to learn?
Yeah,
that's journeys as well.
I might be getting mixed up with our questions.
No, we've got no idea for section 2. You've just got to
Is there any prediction in this predictions podcast?
No, you've just got to be ready. I think if you have planned about 6 to 8 section C's, quite different ones, whatever comes up, you will find it in the mishmash of what you've done.
But the real skill is not just rehashing though, isn't it? Like, it's so
twisting.
easy to see one and think, oh, I kind of know that.
Yeah.
And then like trotting out your predictable examples.
Not twisting it enough. You've got to twist it a lot to fit into this
But
title.
even, like the 2024 one, the reason that maybe people don't know what protagonist means, but people who are writing about Lady Bracknell, it's because they've done it so many times before, they're not thinking... no one's stopping and thinking, oh, is she a protagonist or not? That people are just so used to writing about her that they're like, here's my stall, here's what I've got.
Yeah,
You've really just got to look at what's in front of you.
You've got to be ruthless. But I think if you have done a lot of plans, then you will find it somewhere.
Go on, predict something though. Predict something. Let's commit.
Pomposity.
Yeah, I don't think the word pomposity's ever come up in the Real Section C.
No, we're always
putting it on.
Loved it.
So yeah, that's a good pomposity. And usually with the word deflating next to it.
Yeah, pricking.
But something just like the significance of pompous behaviour.
Yeah.
But then maybe that's too similar to bad behaviour. Right,
wait,
pomposity.
That's our one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not theirs. Theirs is flawless.
Yeah. We are the board. Right, pomposity.
Yeah.
What else? Villains or rivals?
Yeah,
Rivalry, villains.
Of course, there isn't one in.
We don't think wit
neither of those are 12th night.
Wit and wordplay.
No.
I don't think that's really come up as explicitly.
That's not going to. What about Tam? Ones that go with Tam? Because not pomposity, not the other one you said. The little guys, the good guys, the moral instruction, serious matters, journeys.
What about something awful like the comedy only works within the setting, like the time setting of the blur, something like that.
Yeah, that. So we've ended up with pomposity, and what was your one?
Wit and word.
Yeah.
Wit and wordplay.
More important than the plot. Is that our one or their one?
We said something else, and I've already forgotten what it was.
Yeah, the plot is the least important thing. Those sorts of ideas. So even in Tam O'Shanter, it's the enjoyment of the depiction of his lifestyle. The plot is just thrown away at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if they could ask about the supernatural, because it is listed in the spec.
Yeah.
But there must be several texts on that list that don't have it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Too weird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Predictions.
Right. That's it. That's what we think.
Good luck.